Hello and welcome to episode 58 of Need a Miracle Sports and Gambling Podcast with your host Tracy
and the one and only J1 the Great.
Miracle. Today we'll be discussing possibly division winners, a little pre-show controversy over that.
Go ahead. Let's hop into division winners. Let's get started on it.
And then after that we'll be picking the week one slate like we normally do, and I'll be taking back my reign as champion again. After year one, I won. I think my friend here to the left had a 10-game lead, and then that quickly diminished, like I said it would.
This moves just like his asshole, open and close repeatedly for whoever's willing to listen.
But real quick, we're trying not to make this the longest episode. Obviously, kickoff starts at 8:20, trying to get it out to you guys as quickly as possible. But real quick, last episode we did was 3 months ago. Probably murmurs, oh, they're falling off, they're doing this, they don't care anymore. That's not the case at all. We've just been, had a lot of shit going on, honestly. We're both living in new places, both, have family, kind of issues with deaths and stuff like that. This young lad here got married on Saturday. So a lot of changes and stuff like that, but we're back for football season, which I think everyone likes the most anyway. And we're going to continue hammering out episodes, hopefully 2 a week from here on out, just like we did last year. Our review on Tuesday and our picks on Thursday. So we'll get into division winners.
All right, let's start in the East. For me, NFC East, I'm going to go with, this is tough for me. I really think that Dallas is going to be the team just because their offense alone. But as we all know, there's 3 aspects to this game. Offense, defense, special teams. Let's just say they don't have the best defense. Their special teams not great. So the NFC East will be won by currently known as the Washington Football Team. That's who I'm taking. Who you got here, Trace?
This was tough for me because I did believe Washington was going to win, and I heard some bad reports about their offense, and I kind of looked at the numbers of last year. It's very low, and I hate to do it.
Taking Dallas?
I just have to. I mean, the talent, if Dak can stay healthy, I think he's by far the best quarterback in that division. I like the Washington Football Team. And we had a conversation earlier last year about maybe they're a piece away. I didn't agree with that at the time, but now I think they are, and I think they need the quarterback, the steady flow. I thought Matt Stafford would have been a good pickup for you guys. Didn't happen. Fitzpatrick and Heineke and all those guys, it's kind of mix and match, wishy-washy. So I just got to take the most talented team. If it blows up in your face, it blows up in your face, but I think you got to take the Cowboys. We'll get into the other division.
Yep. On to the next one, the AFC East. We're both going to rock with what this man has on, I guarantee it. Buffalo, Josh Allen, he's the best quarterback in the league. A lot of people I've been hearing hopping on that New England train. I like what New England is doing. I think their defense is going to be very, very good. Their offensive line is 10 times better. Mac Jones is a solid quarterback. For you guys that followed us last year, I had him listed as my 3rd quarterback in the draft. I still stand behind that. I really do. I just don't think he's there yet, and I don't think they have the pieces to be there yet. They have very good tight end play. They have a good running game, but that's only going to take you so far. You got to be able to score points, especially with a team like the Bills in the division. And I just don't think they have the guys on the outside, the Jacoby Myers, the Nelson Aguilars. They're good gadget guys, piece guys, but are they really guys you want taking you into the season as your number one? Hell no, you don't. So I'm going to roll with Buffalo on this one. It's locked. You can put the house on it, put the wife on it, put the car on it. You're going to get it back.
Yeah, I think the Bills, at the least, will win this division if they get 11 wins, and they'll have a tiebreaker. And I think the Patriots will put up a good fight. I do think the Patriots will make a wild card. I think they're going to have a solid team. I think the defense is going to be coached well. I think they're just going to be tough to beat like they normally are. They just don't have the horses. Obviously, Tom Brady's throwing football from Tampa now. But just looking at this division as a whole, and not to suck his dick, we talk about him all the time. We got Josh Allen, and they got Tua, Zach Wilson, and Mac Jones. Tua was at best, He got pulled out of like 3 or 4 games last year for Ryan Fitzpatrick. I think his confidence is kind of still shaken from that. Could he get it going and impress people this year? Absolutely, but I'm not trusting it. Zach Wilson, you got to see it, and same with Mac Jones. So I think you just got to go with the proven commodity at quarterback.
Right.
Most important position in the league.
Let's hop over. Hopefully we got a different picks here as well in the NFC North. Let's talk about a few things in the NFC North. There's one thing you can bet your money on. The first running back that I draft in a fantasy draft is going to get hurt every year. I take J.K. Dobbins, he gets hurt. I take another draft, I reach for Gus Edwards, thinking he's going to be the one guy. Guess what he does? He gets hurt. So anyway, Baltimore's got a lot of injuries. Marcus Peters is injured. No matter what they had, though, I was still rolling with the Cleveland Brownies on this one. I think that defense is very good. I think they have a very good line up there. Myles Garrett leading the way, head on straight. We saw a great season from Baker last year. He finally looked like he was getting going. But let's talk about the best thing they have going for him. Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. One goes down, you got the other one. You got a two-headed monster regardless. And I just think that they're the best team running the ball in the league right now. And that defense is going to back them up. They're going to be fine week in and week out. They might look rocky here and there, especially with OBJ coming back. You know, maybe he gets on Baker a little bit. We see some inaccurate throws or frustration. It'll get ironed out. The Cleveland Browns will win this division.
Unfortunately, this is a little bit boring here because I also have the Cleveland Browns. I would take the Ravens normally because you just see their success in the regular season. It's proven. Obviously, Lamar maybe has figured out a little bit more in the playoffs, but I mean, with the injuries, their first, second string running back down. I mean, that's what they like to do is run the ball. I think that exposes Lamar even more to taking hits and just running the ball more, which I don't think is good. You know what I mean? Obviously, getting his carries is good, but I think he's going to have to take more of the workload. So, yeah, I got the Browns. I mean, Chubb and Kareem Hunt, as he talked about, just bell cows, both of them. If one goes down, I think the other is still probably a top 15 back in this league. You know, I'm talking about Hunt more. Obviously, I think Chubb's probably top 10. But, yeah, just the only thing is everyone's on super bullshit with them. And I just don't trust Baker Mayfield. I'm sorry. I actually think there's going to be a big rift in the offseason with his contract. I don't think he's going to get nearly the money Josh Allen gets or Lamar Jackson gets. He just hasn't proven it. But I do like them, you know, good enough in the regular season to take over that division. The Steelers are tough, too. You never know. Najee Harris gets going. Big Ben gets in form. They can be tough, too. But I don't know. I just think it's a little late for them.
Just throw something out there, too. Our boy Devin's letting us borrow his man cave for this show. So I want to give him a little shout out. Looks dope in here. He's got a bunch of Bills shit. So if you guys see me looking around, I'm just getting used to my situation here. Let's hop into the NFC South here. We got, for me, it's going to be the Bucs repeating, probably right there again in the dance. Brady and the defense, you can't beat it. And there's no one in that division anymore. I mean, Atlanta, who are they? They have no defense. They lost. They gave away their best receiver. You know, he's on the decline, but they don't even have a running back. Go to Carolina. I like what they're starting to do, but you don't know what you're going to get out of Darnold. And then the Saints, Jameis looks great. Since he had that eye surgery, I do like him. I think he can be a guy down there to lead that team. I just don't see them beating the Bucs for the division.
Yeah, I like Jameis more as honestly a fantasy kind of sleeper quarterback. Especially in two quarterback leagues.
Even if you're going to float on bye weeks.
Just to throw it out there. But again, I mean, how do you not take the Bucs? They did struggle a little bit last year, but they're just full health now. Brady, you know, got a full training camp. Obviously, last year with COVID, everything was kind of fucked up. No preseason, so he's got that full slate under his belt. And like you said, I mean, the team to watch for me is Carolina. I really like them. I think they could maybe sneak into a wild card spot at the 7th slot. Darnold can impress if that defense can do anything with Burns, the defensive end. They got a really good safety too. I think it's
Duggar?
Chin.
Chin, yeah.
He's really young and up and coming too. So that defense,
Duggar's in New England, my bad.
Yeah, if they could kind of find a way with that defense, and Darnold can be who we thought he was going to be when he was drafted. Third overall by the Jets, because Saquon went second. I think they got something there. But yeah, you just got to take the proven commodity, especially if you're betting on it. I know it's, hurts if they lose and they don't win the division, but I mean, it's almost a lock in my opinion.
Yep. This next division, it's locked. We're not going to spend much time on it. I'm just going to give you the pick, the AFC South. It's going to be the Titans. They're the best team in the division. It's not up for debate. I don't care what he says. He's probably going to say Indy right now. Carson Wentz, who knows what's going on, so I'm not even discussing it. Give me Tennessee. Keep your money in your pocket.
I don't know. What happens a lot of times when teams get a new alpha male, it looks pretty on paper and this and that.
Who got a new alpha male? If You're talking about Julio?
Julio, and he will help.
He's a complimentary piece.
He will.
Oh,
he will come in. Listen. He
Here
will
we
come in
go.
and help. But sometimes, early in the season, things are, maybe you're looking at Julio a little more than AJ Brown. Maybe maybe they try to get pass happy. I don't know what's
This
going
is
to happen
Tracy's
there.
mind, trying
But-
to wrap himself around this pick he's gonna make.
No, I do like the Colts. I think they got a beast of an offensive line. I think Carson Wentz is way better than Phillip Rivers, even with all his struggles. If he's healthy, the guy can play. I think having an offensive line, he can sit back there all day. And Philly had a second to throw, and that was it. So I just like this Colts team. I like what they're building. They got Leonard at the linebacker position, the heart and soul of that defense. If they can do a little bit better in the passing game and not get eaten up alive in that, I think they could definitely win this division. And I think it's plus money, so why not take them over the Titans? I think it's going to be a close race. I mean, certainly not the Texans or the Jaguars. So those are laughing stocks.
All right, let's hop over here. AFC West. For me, it's signed, sealed, and delivered. It's the Chiefs. No brainer there. You got to be right there with me, I think.
And they win 13, 14 games. Easy. And the Chiefs have gotten to the point where in the regular season, they lose when they get bored. If they're not challenged, they could go out and lose to anyone. Honestly, I just think those excitable games when they play the Bucs or the Bills or whatever, they're going to be on their game, and most of the time they're going to win. Honestly, against anyone in the NFL.
Right. All right, let's wrap this up. We have the NFC North. For me, it's going to be Green Bay. Rodgers is back. Detroit with Dan Campbell. I think they're going to be a tough team. I don't see them winning the division. Minnesota, for me, they still have no secondary, so I just don't, and I don't think Kirk Cousins is going to get there, especially that offensive line. The Bears, a lot of people do like the Bears. I don't hate them. I think Fields is going to be their starter within the first couple weeks. I think they're going to be an exciting team to watch, but they're not a team that's going to win the division. It's simple. It's Green Bay Packers, best quarterback, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, arguably the best receiver in the league. The defense is playing great. So for me, it's Green Bay. I'm sure you're going to be in that same boat.
Yeah, just one thing about this division. I really like Minnesota this year. Again, it's kind of a team that everyone's written off. I think Zimmer gets that defense a little bit more on track this year. Defensive ends coming back. Hunter, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. He'll be back, so that kind of adds to the pass rush. I do like them as a wild card. Maybe if you get a bet down to make the playoffs, I kind of like that. It'll probably be plus money. But yeah, I mean, the fuck you tour, as we talked about all last year, of Aaron Rodgers. I just wouldn't want to piss the man off, and he's pissed at his own team, let alone other teams. So I just think it's him and Devontae Adams, proven commodity. Got Tanyan to pop it out in the end zone there. Aaron Jones, very good running back, can catch the ball. That defense, a little banged up, which is scary. Who's the linebacker? Not linebacker, pass rusher. Zadarius Smith is a little banged up with a back injury. Bakhtiari's a little hurt, but I think they're just so talented they get by, and they probably win 11, 12 games and win that division with not much competition.
Also, we got probably the toughest division in football would be the NFC West right now. Arizona, they did something with their defense. I like it. Seattle is still going to put up crazy points.
I'll tell you what,
San Fran's going to be good.
not to cut you off, hot take, Seattle wins less than 8 games this year.
I can see it. For me, winning this division is going to be Matt Stafford and the Rams, and you can lock that in.
Yeah, I love the Rams. Sorry, we got some guests looking at this.
You guys know Rashad Harrison? He'd probably snooping through your mom's drawers at night and stuff, robbing the pantry. That's who's creeping on us in the
But
background.
I actually love the Rams. This is gonna sound stupid, I know, but I almost think I like the Rams as a Super Bowl pick. But if you're picking this division and you want to, take a little bit of a risk, I like the Niners. I really do. To win
I don't
this
like their
division.
secondary.
Yeah,
I don't see their secondary holding up.
With the addition of Trey Sermon, I really think that this two-horse system is going to be back for Kyle Shanahan. I think they're going to run the ball well. I think Jimmy G's fine. Can he win you a Super Bowl? I don't know. But can he win regular season games? Yes.
Trey Lance probably started by the end of the season anyway.
I don't know. I mean,
He's got a huge ceiling.
okay, let's just say this. Week 3, we're
Risk
sitting there.
reward. You got to.
And they're playing the Chargers. I don't know. Just throw it out there. And Garoppolo gets hurt. do you know what you're getting in Trey Lance?
No, but the ceiling is crazy, so you got to take the gamble.
Absolutely. And
let me ask you a question. You go to the blackjack table, you put $1,000 down. You know you're gonna win? No, but you got every hope and prayer that you're gonna.
Yeah. And not to rub it in, the salt in the wound, but your beloved quarterback from last year, who we constantly got in arguments over, it seemed like last year, is on the bench. And it's because he turns the ball over. They don't know what he's going to do. And look who's starting, Teddy Bridgewater. That's why, and I think Denver's going to have a good year. They might not be a playoff team, but you can't turn the ball over. You can't make mistakes in this
Dan
league.
Snyder, if you're listening to me, go trade for Drew Lock. Let him sit behind Fitzy. We'll be good to roll in 2 years.
I don't know about that. You probably sign him when he gets cut. But
all right. What time we got? You want to hop in these games before we end up?
Hurry up here.
All right.
7:49. So
all right.
if we can get this done.
We're gonna roll it then. Don't hold up too long. I'm just going to give you guys the picks because, honestly, going into week 1, we don't know what we're dealing with, so I'm going to give you guys my picks.
And real quick, if you do miss these or are a little confused, we will make all these picks on BetSperts.
Yep, on BetSperts.
And we should probably lock those in tonight.
Yep.
Even if the lines are different, whatever. I mean, obviously, what we say on this show with these lines, we're going to keep as our record, but we'll put it on BetSperts.
Yep.
You can follow us on there.
And if you guys need our BetSperts account information, it's right on our Twitter. I tag him in anything I post.
We're rolling deep now. We got Twitter. We got the Facebook page.
You got TikTok.
TikTok. So I got the BetSperts account. And we're really trying to grow the Twitter mostly. So like I said, just please give us a follow on there at Miracle Need, MARACLE NEDD or NEED. Sorry.
All right, big guy, you ready?
Absolutely. Cowboys Bucks. Let's get into it Thursday night.
All right. Right now the line's at -9. Zach Martin's out. The Bucks are pretty healthy, from my understanding. I'm gonna take them -9 for -112 on the line. I just think it's a safe bet. Actually, what I did for my own personal betting, just to give you guys a heads up, I took the over, which is 52.5. I think there's gonna be a lot of scoring in this game. I also took the Bucks at halftime -4.5.
For me, I can't do it. I just can't. First game of the season, you don't know what the hell's gonna happen. There's no path to follow here. There's no trends. There's no nothing. I can't take a talented team like the Cowboys and just pass them up at +9. I mean, they're getting 9 points. Listen, it could be a 17-point game, and you know they score a touchdown late, and you know for God knows why they do a 2-point conversion, and you're sitting there with at least or no, you would win you pushed at that point.
So are you taking Dallas?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, and I think actually I wouldn't think it's too stupid of a bet to take Dallas outright.
I don't hate it. I'm just telling you what I took. Next game we got Sunday, September 12th, 1 p.m. And there's no order to the rest of this list, just so you guys know. We have the Chargers +1. Line is -113 against Washington. Washington's at home, I believe, correct?
Yeah.
Washington is -1. The line's at -108. I'm taking Washington. Austin Eckler is questionable. He hurt that hammy again. I think without him.
Sucks for fantasy.
Yeah, and I took him. Another running back I took that's hurt again. So I'm taking Washington. I think the defense is just too good, and I think Fitzy is more than capable to tear this Chargers secondary apart. The only thing that scares me is Joey Bosa on the rookie Cosme. Makes me a little nervous, but I think we'll be all right. And I think if they choose to, Washington can run the football right over this team as well. So I'm taking Washington.
Yeah, -1 here. You win the game. You win the bet for Washington. I like them as the home team. I think Gibson can run the ball against this Chargers defense. You got what the hell's his name on the outside? I can't think right
Terry
now.
McLaurin.
McLaurin on the outside.
Curtis Samuel's hurt, but De'Ami
he's
Brown
hurt,
should
but
be able to step
like I said,
in.
I just like the home team. You know, early. You know, they gotta travel. The Chargers early game, just like Washington here with -1. You win the bet. You win the game. You win the bet, probably most likely. So I like that.
Next game we got Seattle at Indy. Indy is +3 at home. I'm taking Indy -110 plus the 3 points. I don't think you need the points. I think they win outright here. We saw last year Seattle defensively is not doing much. They can't stop the pass. They had a hard time stopping the run. This is going to be one of the best running teams. They're going to sell out to stop the run. They're going to get Carson Wentz could have a big game here. I like to see Pittman maybe possibly do something, but I think the ground game gets it done for Indy no matter what. Defense holds up. Seattle's offensive line is not very good. You know, Indy has a lot invested in their defensive line, draft picks, trades. Indy's the team here. Take the points, get your money.
I mean, you heard probably in the division what I'm going to do here. The division winners, you kind of talked about both these teams a little bit. Like the Colts, like what they're building. Offensive line, very good. Quarterback is decent, we'll see. Good running game, you know, good weapons outside, solid defense. I think the wagons absolutely fall off the track here for the Seattle Seahawks. I think it's going to be a rough year. Year after year. I mean, this is at least 5 years that I can remember for my football brain that they've been talking about getting Russell Wilson on offensive line. They just don't do it. One of these years, it's gonna backfire heavily. The defense isn't good. He can't just keep doing tricks left and right out there. I love the Colts, especially at home getting points. That's pretty crazy to me.
I agree. Trace, just a quick question for you.
Yeah.
What is the Monday night game?
It is the Ravens at Raiders.
All right, when we get to that, you're just gonna have to give me that line. I'll make it back.
I sent it to you later in the after.
Yeah, you got. Like he said, we just been busy, so I'm sorry. I'm just winging this off the top of my head. So everything you get is actually what I'm gonna be doing myself. So we'll hop into this next game right here that we got on the list. It's gonna be Minnesota at Cincy. Cincy's getting 3 points. This falls into the category where Cincy made some moves, I think, to upgrade their D-line. I don't think they're good enough to stop Dalvin Cook. I do like the 3 points, though, and I am going to take Cincy. My reason I'm going to take Cincy, I think that if this turns into an aerial attack, Cincy is the better team, plus the points at home. For me, that's who I'm rolling with. They were my team last year. They got me a bunch of wins as an underdog, and this is who I'm locking in with. Right now, it's not my lock of the week. Just my pick right now is Cincy.
Yeah, this Vikings offense is solid. The Bengals defense, not very good. They got Bates back there, but that's really about it that you like on that team. And you got so many weapons on the Vikings. You got Cook, you got Thielen, you got Jefferson. Herndon just added, the tight end from the Jets. Could have a big year. I just don't trust the Bengals, and that's why this is my stone cold 316 lock of the week to take the Vikings. I think they've been hearing a lot of chatter, a lot of noise, how they're not so good, they're not this, they're not that. I think they come out and beat the Bengals' ass in week 1. Not that it matters for this game, but I think it matters overall as a team building. I think they made a terrible mistake in taking Jamar Chase. I get it, LSU with LSU.
He looks awful. He's dropping the ball all the time.
Receiver with quarterback, but to not take Penny Sewell in that spot when your quarterback just tore his ACL because Chase Young fucking decapitated him. I mean, I think that's just stupid management.
On to the next game here. San Fran at Detroit. San Fran's minus 8 points. It's a lot of points to be given up here. I'm still going to roll with San Fran. I'm actually going to lock this in as my lock of the week.
Wow. Detroit
with Dan Campbell, they do not scare me. I think they're a team that could pick it up, but they really have to find who they are first. This San Francisco D-line is just too good up front, and that's what Detroit's going to try to do. They're going to run the ball. The receivers from Detroit don't scare you. You can literally stack the box and let Dan Campbell try to come out and take your knee off. You're going to be fine. Bosa's back healthy. This D-line's ready to go. Fred Warner got paid in the offseason. Look for him to be the stud that he was last year again. For me, my lock, San Fran minus the 8.
Yeah, I got a trend going here with teams that are favored by 8 or more. I'm fading, except this one. You can't trust the Lions here. I think Jared Goff is going to get exposed more than any quarterback has in NFL history. I think McVay made him. I think Stafford's going to have a wonderful year, maybe an MVP candidate. But yeah, I just don't trust the Lions at all here. The number's huge. I think the Niners just run all over them, kind of like what Dan Campbell probably wants to do. He's probably going to get a boner during the game watching the Niners offense. But yeah, I just think this is blowout city.
Next game here, Jacksonville at Houston. For me, I'm taking Houston. Reason being, Houston does have a decent offensive line. People fail to realize that a lot. They went and got Mark Ingram. They still got David Johnson. Didn't they have another running back I can't think of right now too? Mark Ingram, David Johnson. I thought they had a third guy there too. Philip Lindsay. So I expect Houston to run the ball. Houston also has the only quarterback that's going to be in this game that has taken snaps before. I mean, Tyrod, do we think he's great? No. But we've seen from his time here in Buffalo, you know, he is somebody that can come in and play. He can win you some games. I think with the backs and the offensive line they have, there's nothing that Jacksonville really has or stood out yet that scares me. Obviously, Houston's defense is terrible, but you're getting the 3.5 points. It's going to be a close game. Houston's at home. I'm taking Houston, putting my faith in Tyrod in that running game, and definitely up front on the offensive line to keep this close.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of going opposite. I'm taking a flyer on the talent of Trevor Lawrence, even though he's never played a game. Robinson catch the ball, run out of the backfield, and I think whoever wins this game, it might be picking second in the draft. So I really don't know what to do with it. The odds makers are favoring Jacksonville, so I'm just going to take it.
All right. Let's hop into this next one here. We have the New York Jets at the Carolina Panthers. Carolina's -4.5. Oh, this is a tough one for me. I really like Carolina here in this game.
This is close to being my lock of the week.
For some reason, though, the Jets make me think they're going to come back and it's going to be like a 3-point game. The 4.5 just makes me nervous. I'm not going to fool around. I'm going to take Carolina. It's a smart move. I live and die with it. I'm okay with it. Carolina's going to be the pick for me.
I'm a big revenge game guy. Everyone knows that. Robbie Anderson, Sam Darnold, beautiful chemistry out there. They play together a million times. I love that part of it, and I just think the Panthers are going to have a big year. I think they're better than the Jets all over the roster. The Jets have no pass rush. Darnold's going to be sitting back there and just having nothing but revenge on his mind. I think this game gets out of hand, and I think the Panthers win it. Don't forget Christian McCaffrey, too.
Yep. On to the next game. This game you're going to be at, you're looking forward to, Sunday, 1 o'clock. Pittsburgh Steelers +6.5 at Buffalo. Obviously, Buffalo's -6.5. The line is -109. I'm going to take Buffalo in this one. I just don't think the Steelers are going to be able to keep up. They lost too many pieces on defense. Watt just got paid today, so he's going to be a happy man. I think he is going to be in the backfield, but as we saw, Allen's a hard guy to bring down. That offensive line, when they're playing good, is a hard line to penetrate. And their defense is just solid. You know, we don't really know what to expect yet from the Pittsburgh offensive line. Buffalo's getting Star Lotulelei back after a year off. You know, he looks good. He's cut up. Their defensive line's been looking good in the preseason. He might be hurt.
Yeah, but
well, I heard he was out, but I didn't know if it was just a rest day or what they were doing there. But either way, Harrison Phillips is back. I'm going to take Buffalo -6.5. I know you're right there in the same boat with me.
not.
You're not.
Shocking, I know. I'm gonna be at the stadium, and trust me,
Wow.
I'm gonna be making noise and making Big Ben's life miserable. Just the number here. I just think it's gonna be a close game. I think Najee Harris is gonna get some runs off. I don't love the Bills' defense early here. I gotta kind of see it to believe it and get some proof there. But you know, the Steelers have a lot of receivers that are pretty good. And Najee Harris, I think, makes a little bit of a difference. And I'm taking the Bills to win the game. Obviously, I do think they're just more talented and they will win the game. But I gotta take the 6.5 for the Steelers to, hopefully maybe get ahead of this guy.
All right, let's hop into this next game. Philly at Atlanta. I'm not going to spend much time on this game. -3.5. I'm taking Atlanta. They got Kyle Pitts, Calvin Ridley. Philly doesn't scare me at all, honestly. Jalen Hurts, I really don't trust him. Actually, I'm on this show, and I told you guys I'm doing this on the fly. I do like Philly. I think Atlanta's defense is terrible. Jalen Hurts was playing good against Washington before he was pulled out. So I'm going to change my pick on this show right now because, like I said, I'm doing it. You guys see me doing it. I'm going to roll with Philly in this one, plus the 3.5 on the road. Atlanta, who knows what Atlanta we get. We get that offense that scores 45 points, or we get the team that doesn't show up.
Yeah, to quote the great Mike Singletary, former Bears linebacker and coach of the 49ers, can't win with them. Can't win with them. Do not bet on the Falcons. Too many times, too many bettors. Take them because they're a sexy pick a lot of time, and they just blow it up right in your face. I just fade the Falcons.
On to this next game here. This is a great game. Arizona at Tennessee.
Very good game.
Tennessee's -3 at home. I'm going to take the Cards and the points. I think that they have a lot of firepower. The one thing that makes me nervous about Tennessee is their secondary. So for me, it's going to be Arizona. The addition of J.J. Watt, I think that helps slow down Derrick Henry. Maybe they're still learning how to mix and gel with Ed and Julio. So for me, I'm going to roll with Arizona plus the 3 on the road.
Oh, you mean they're going to do what you just argued against?
What?
15 minutes ago?
What?
They're gonna have to figure things out in Tennessee.
Yeah, they're still going to win the division, though. We were talking about the division. We're talking about the first game of the year right now.
All right.
All right.
But anyway, I got the Titans in this game. Just think too much Derrick Henry, pound the rock. I just think they have a formula. Another team in the regular season that just has that formula, kind of like the Browns. Run the ball, control it. You know, now they got Julio on the outside, A.J. Brown. They're just a well-oiled machine. Cardinals coming all the way over to Tennessee. I think it's a long trip. I believe in that, the flights and all that. So I like laying the points with the Tennessee Titans.
On to the next game. Another beautiful game. Cleveland at Kansas City. We saw this matchup in the playoffs. It's on Cleveland home. Cleveland's getting 5.5 here.
Is it 5?
It's 5.5. Yep, and I'm taking Cleveland. I think it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a close. Cleveland's a team that can run the ball. You guys heard me pick them to win the division. That defense, I like it. We saw Mahomes get a lot of pressure in the Super Bowl last year, and that's sort of what threw him off. They did do a nice job at revamping that offensive line, though, and Joe Tooney. They added Orlando Brown Jr. That's a very good team. I just like the 5.5, especially for a team that likes to run the ball and play close games and has a really good defense.
So you're taking Cleveland.
Yep, taking Cleveland.
I'm also taking Cleveland. You know, much of what he said, I can't talk tonight. Just to, you know, clear up all my grammar mistakes and all my, you know, stuttering. I did just work a 17-hour shift straight, so I'm a little tired right now. But yeah, I like the Browns running the rock, and it's one of those big lines that I just think it's, you know, it kind of popped off the screen at me. It'd be a high number. I would really just, you know, even if we weren't doing a pick show, I would go to the casino or your local bookie and put some money down on the Browns. I really do believe in them, and I like that.
Next game we got is going to be the Broncos at the New York Giants. The Giants are getting 3 at home. I'm rolling with the Giants. Saquon's going to be back. The offensive line, Soldier's back. That's a huge addition. That defense was playing great last year. I'm not a huge Teddy fan. I think he's a very consistent quarterback. I don't know if he's a guy that wins you games. He doesn't lose you games. But that defense doesn't scare me. Something I heard, did you hear about this? Chubb supposedly got arrested.
Didn't hear any of that.
Bradley Chubb supposedly got arrested or something. That's what I heard. Don't quote me on it.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's a lot that plays in my pick. Denver traveling over here.
Yeah, every year you just hear like kind of murmurs of like, oh, the Chargers are gonna be, you know, win this many games and blah blah blah. Same with the Broncos. And I don't know. I don't see much of the Broncos. I just don't think the defense everyone talks about it. I don't know. They're just average to me, league average. And I think the Giants at home, they win the game. So yeah, +3. I'll take it. You know, I like Daniel Jones. Barkley's back. That makes a big difference. They got Galladay. I think the Giants can make some noise this year.
All right, on to the next game here. We got Miami Dolphins at New England Patriots. The Patriots are -3.5. I'm going to take New England. They're riding a huge wave right now. I think they're all on the Mac train up there. Miami Tua is not the guy to me. I just don't see him getting the job done. They're without Fuller for the first 6 games, I believe, right? So I'm going to roll with New England on that. Big run game, good defensive play. New England covered the spread against them, beat them last year in the first game, and I'm going to roll with them.
Yeah, I agree. Patriots for me too, but, you know, this is must-watch TV, a pretty cool game. You know, 2 college teammates, Tua versus Mac Jones. I just don't trust Tua all that much. I think Mac, you know, might even come in and be better this season than Tua Tagovailoa. Tua's got Jalen Waddle. You know, does that make a difference? I don't really think so. I just, you know, the Patriots, that formula defense, I think they're going to run the ball pretty well with Damian Harris and Ramon Stevenson. So I like that combo, and I just don't trust the Dolphins really at the end of the day. I think it's going to be a defensive struggle, though, and I do like the under.
Second 425 game of the day. It's going to be the Green Bay Packers at the New Orleans Saints. New Orleans is getting 3.5. That ain't going to be enough. Green Bay is going to cover that. They're going to win this game. It's probably going to be a 10-point game. I love Rodgers, Adams one last time. Defense, like I said, was playing great. No difference than why I picked them to win the division.
Yeah, I like Green Bay. You know, talk about the hurricane too a little bit. I think it's going to have a major effect on this game. You know, the Saints are supposed to be home. They're not. I think that the Packers would have won this game in New Orleans anyway. I think they're just, you know, Payton's a great coach. New Orleans a good team, but I just trust the Packers.
if we're coming across as some volume issues or something, like I said, we're shooting from a new place, so we'll get it figured out. We apologize. We got 2 games to wrap up, and then we'll close it out and enjoy your Thursday night. So we'll just run down them. I'm not going to give you my reasoning. I'm going to take the Rams -7.5.
Yes, I do like the Rams as well.
So we're both on the Rams there. And then what's the Monday night game, Trace? The Ravens?
The Ravens are -4 at the Raiders. I'm taking the Raiders. This is kind of like their national, game every year. They get it, and they always seem to perform well. And the Ravens have huge running back issues.
Yeah, I think I'm right there with you as well. Raiders +4. I like it. Lock it in. Same thing. The only thing that makes me nervous is the Raiders' defense getting ran all over and Lamar Jackson just controlling the game. Other than that, I'm looking forward to kickoff. I think it's going to be a great week. There's a lot of good matchups, so definitely Sunday, park yourselves on the couch, get your snacks ready, get what you got to get.
Your beer or
Yeah.
go to games like I am.
You got anything else? Episode 58?
Yeah, my player for 58 is Derek Thomas. Thank you. Shout out Devin Abbott because we looked it up before because I could not think of one. Now your turn.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm going to go with the easy one. I'm going to go with Milano for the Bills. And that's going to close out the show for us. Enjoy your night. Enjoy this week. You'll be hearing back from us on Tuesday as we recap everything. And once again, shout out to our buddy Devin for lending us the Dope Man Cave. We appreciate it. Have a good one.
Thank you for listening to your favorite podcaster's favorite podcast.
See ya.
What'd you say was wrong? Audio.
It's
Why?
too long. Because